Hello. This presentation is about the Safe Data and AI Hackathon. In this presentation, we're going to discuss about what is Olas, what is the Prediction Agent Hackathon, and how to run and refine a prediction agent to participate in the hackathon. I am Adamadios Zaras. I am a Python engineer and I work at Valerie, which is the creator of Olas. So what is Olas? Olas is a unified network of decentralized services for crypto. What kind of services? Everything from smart contract automation to AI agents. The Olas protocol coordinates a community of developers to build these services, and it uses the Olas token and is built around cutting-edge autonomous agents technology. What is Olas actually made up of? It is made up of a protocol for coordinating actors, registering code and distributing rewards, and more. It is also an open source framework for building services and registering code to the protocol, and an ecosystem of running code and services providing value to end customers. And here we use the word autonomous services. This is what we call the special type of software service that runs on Olas. And next I'll explain what they are. Autonomous services have broad applicability in running everything from AI-powered decentralized agents to relayers, oracles, and smart contract automation. These applications are relevant to DeFi, NFTs, decentralized social, and more. Autonomous services offer developers with a unique set of technical features because they're crypto-native, flexible, and intelligent. They're crypto-native, unlike web services and more centralized offerings. They're highly expressive, unlike existing oracles and smart contract automation. And they're intelligent and capable of powerful, long-running computation, unlike smart contracts. How do they technically work on a high level? The services consist of agents, and agents are run by independent operators, and they use Tendermint for consensus. They take actions on-chain via a safe multisig. They are owned and controlled via NFTs, and they can pull data from any source, either Web 2 or Web 3 sources. Olas's ocean of services is already in full swing. There are already over 168 autonomous services running, and they've executed over 120,000 transactions to date. And these numbers are growing quickly. Showcase services exist across all the major categories I mentioned previously, and Olas has worked with some of the biggest names in the space. Recently, Valerie has collaborated with Gnosis Chain and Kleros on an innovative new project that utilizes the stack. I'll give you a little introduction to what the project is, why you might want to get involved, and I will give you an idea of how to get involved easily. The project is called Prediction Agents Hackathon. We developed an AI agent that runs on Gnosis Chain and participates in prediction markets on the Omen platform. But why would we do this? Prediction markets are one of the oldest applications in crypto, but are heavily dependent on expensive human reasoning. Staying on top of and making accurate predictions is a costly skill, and adoption of prediction markets has suffered as a result. But with low-cost chains like Gnosis, protocols like Olas, and the explosion of recent AI models, we recognized that there was a new opportunity. We set out to test whether we could transform the economics of prediction markets by using LLM-powered decentralized AI agents to participate in prediction markets rather than humans. And so the Prediction Agents Hackathon was born. So why would you participate? There could also be some prizes. So if, for example, you improve your prediction agent by modifying its strategy or the code or the tools that it uses, you could be eligible to win these prizes. So the first winner would win 1,500 USDC, and all of the winners could also win some Olas protocol rewards. This means that each service would receive 0.1 ETH donation on the Olas protocol. You can get involved in this hackathon, and at a high level there are the following steps. You can run an agent by simply pulling a repository, running a single command, and you're away. You can make tweaks to your agent strategy to make it outcompete other agents in making accurate predictions, and you can push updates to the relevant code bases to improve the system. We'll go through these steps at this presentation. Let's start with how you can run your own agent. There's a repository, which is the trader quick start on the Valory XYZ repository, GitHub. Let's first clone this repository. Alright, so the next step after cloning the repository would be to make this script executable. Next, we just need to run the script, and this is going to take care of everything that needs to be done. One thing to note is that your system must satisfy some requirements, and you will also need some XDAI on Gnosis chain in one of your wallets, and you will also need an RPC, which you can get from getblock.io. So let's copy this example RPC. Now, as you can see, the script has downloaded the corresponding repository. It's now installing the necessary requirements. Alright, so the script now has generated an operator for the agent of the service, and it has also generated an agent instance, and it now requires that we fill in the operator's address so that it can mint the service on the protocol. Now let's paste the address here, and let's send the recommended amount. And now let's wait for the script to pick this up. Okay. so as we can see, it has minted the service, activated it, registered it, and the last step is deploying it. Alright, so now it is necessary to send some XDAI to the agent instance, and this is going to be used for paying the fees for the transactions. And let's add 0.1 XDAI. As you can see, there is also a safe that is associated with the service, and this is the last address that we need to fill, and this needs to have a large amount, because this is going to be the account that is going to be used for placing the bets. Let's send 0.8 XDAI. Alright. Now that the service has picked this up, it's setting up the service. It is building some Docker images that are required in order to start running the service. Great. The script has successfully created the agent, and it's finishing creating the Docker container, and it's now soon going to be running it. as we can see, it's now creating the container for the agent, and next it's going to create the container for the tendering node. Alright, so the service is now running in the background. As we can see in the repository, there are some ways in order to monitor the service and what it is doing. A complicated way that gives more control and more information is to see the Docker logs. Also important, there's a command which you can use in order to stop your service because it's running in the background. And there's also another command which I would like to show you, and this is a command that analyzes the logs and simplifies the output in order to get a high level overview of what the service has done so far. So let's run this command here. Okay, so as we can see, our service has already done some progress here, and we can also compare it to the example in the repository. As we can see, it has already sent a request to the AI mech. Now, after you successfully run your agent, you can participate in the hackathon by improving your agent strategy. If you take a look at the traders repository and you go to packages, Valerie services, and then you go to traders service.yaml, this is a configuration. And in here you can find configurations for many things, but there are some important for the trader service, and they can change the strategy. For example, here you can see the amount of the bet that we place based on the threshold of the confidence. So if, for example, the confidence is from 0 to 0.5, then we do not place a bet, basically, because this amount is 0. Next, you can see that we increase the amount that we bet based on the confidence. One thing you could do, for example, is you could set this to 0 and also this to 0 or something else, play around with these values and try to improve the strategy this way. You could also change, for example, the prompt template. This is the prompt that we send to the AI tool that performs the prediction. You can easily tweak your service's prompt to the AI mech tool by changing the environment variable corresponding to this configuration. Let's take a look at how this can be done. So if you open the repository that you have cloned, which we used in order to run our service, you can see that there is this executable script. And if you scroll down, you can see that there are some environment variable overrides being specified. And here you can see there's, for example, this prompt template. If we go back to the configuration, you can see that here is the name of the environment variable that needs to be exposed in order to override this default value here for the prompt template. So an easy way to do this is to open the quick start script and simply type something else here. You can also change the threshold values in a similar way, or any other configuration from this file. Now let's discuss about the last part, which is refining the code. At this point, I would like to pause a bit and explain the concept of the AI mech. So previously we demonstrated how we could tweak a prompt that is given to some tool, but we have not yet explained what an AI mech tool is. So the AI mech is a service we have developed which accepts requests for AI operations. It accepts the requests on-chain, it processes them, and it provides a response on-chain as well. It has multiple tools implemented, and the request includes the tool that should be used for the given task. The trader service is using an epsilon greedy policy in order to find the mech tool that provides the best ROI. So the mech tool, if you take a look at the prompt template, so this is the input that the mech tool accepts, and the response that it provides is simply probabilities of the event happening or the event not happening, and also some confidence about its response. So if you go to the mech repository and you take a look at the tools folder, you can see that there are some scripts which each script specifies one or more tools. The default tool is the prediction request. Here we have developed an AI mech tool that is using a prompt, and it also accepts the user prompt here for the question of the market and the potential answers. This is basically the prompt that we have here, and it also enhances it with some additional information, and this additional information it uses the Google API in order to fetch some news and enhance the knowledge of the LLM model that we are using. Now, in order to participate to the hackathon, as we mentioned, you can create your own tool. And you could take a look at some examples of other participants, and you could think of your own unique way to create a useful tool and submit it. Some examples, for example, it's this one, subject, which introduces the concept of the subject matter expert. We also have optimization by prompting, and many other examples. At this point, I would like to thank you for attending this presentation, and I would like to mention that you can see more information about Olas on these links, and also about the hackathon. You could simply scan this QR code, and there are you can see all the available links for Olas and the hackathon there. Thank you.